So I knew that I was going to have a half day on Friday, so I planned to come do this early camping trip. As you can see, if it's not a long weekend, I can't get out here in time. It's a good thing it doesn't get dark till 8 because it's dark and I'm just starting out. Problem is that I always get stuck in Toronto. You might have noticed that Amanda's not with me, and that's because I'm trying out some solo stuff. I'm going on a big long solo trip, 8 or 9 days in August. So I need to get used to some of this equipment and to the food, because I can't bring a cooler and hamburgers and hot dogs and ketchup and mustard and all that stuff on an 8-day trip. And I'm definitely not taking this canoe. This canoe weighs a frickin' ton. I can barely get it off the car by myself. It's also a beast to handle in the water on your own. Amanda says the only reason I bring her along is for ballast. So it's a first for a lot of my equipment. It's my first solo trip in 10 years. It's my first solo trip with a canoe. A couple other things I'm planning on doing on this trip. Planning on snorkeling in this water. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. It's not ice cold, which means it's not the coldest water I've ever been in. Tomorrow, when I've actually got a chance to get all my equipment out, I'll tell you what the temperature of the water actually is. Right now I'm just trying to get to my campsite before it's pitch black. So I'm going to do some snorkeling. I'm going to do some fishing, obviously. I brought my fly fishing rod. I haven't had a chance to use that probably in about 2 years, so.
One last thing, I'm going to try and find those caves. I've searched for them on a number of different trips, but I'm going to find them this time, guys.
So yeah, plan is to get to camp and get dinner. All right.
It's so quiet and still out here. There's beavers all around me. Wouldn't be able to see them except for the water so still I can just see the faint ripples reflecting off of the twilight.
Wow, a lot of water here. The site itself is above water. I don't know if I can get to the site from here.
That's a hell of a thing. Whew. I'm at the campsite. Got my tent set up. That's it. Having a beer. It's well deserved. Don't think I'll be making a fire tonight. It's already past 9. I gotta set up the rest of my bedding. I gotta get some food in me. So I think that'll pretty much take me right to the end. But it's a gorgeous night. Temperature is dropping a little bit. The bugs are gone. I only had bugs in the parking lot, and as soon as I got on the lake, it was fine. Out here, it's fine. Now, knock on some kind of wood. Saw some deer on the way in, probably half a dozen deer, with a dozen turkeys, right on the side of the road. I hope I hit record. I thought I hit record. They weren't. And there's some rustling in the bushes. I should probably find my bear spray. I don't think it's a bear. It's a single animal, so it's probably not a wolf. It's probably a raccoon. Might be a beaver. I think I just heard it go into the water. Beavers come out at night? I don't know. But all the same, I gave myself quite the start. When I was putting up the tent, the pole was off in the forest making noise as I moved it. Scared to death. And I'm just going to turn the camera here so I can see what's going on.
Hey, bear!
Acting a lot more skittish now. If I got here during the day and it's set up, I can set up. Don't think I'd be quite so freaked out. It's just It's a gorgeous night. Going down to 9. I think I'll be okay here on my own without Amanda for warmth. Amanda's good for more than just ballast. She's good for warmth. She's good for setting up the tent. Good for paddling the canoe. I need to get some food. The stars are all out. All right, I better get on it. Alright guys, it's after 11. I've got some of my devices charging on my power bank, mini power bank. I totally forgot that this thing is just an obnoxious light. That would have helped me setting up in the dark tonight. So I'm gonna go to sleep to the sounds of the loons and frogs. I'll see you in the morning. Been a lot of busy beavers last night. Definitely heard gnashing of teeth against one of the trees near my tent, and I'm pretty sure I heard a tree fall into the water at one point, and just now I heard a beaver go by slapping his tail on the ground as he went. It sounded like smack smack. It's pretty neat. So what I'm doing here, guys, is making something pancake adjacent. So I think probably getting to the point where this is semi-edible. I'll just douse that in some syrup. Did end up getting a little chilly last night, so I am glad I brought my winter stuff. Barely edible. Perfection.
fish. Hit that like a ton of bricks. Oh, it's off. There's no camp sign on the Windy Point campsite. But there's a blue sign, and I want to see what that says. It's literally a sign that just says no camping. Well, sucks if that was your favorite spot. Me and Amanda camped there the first time we came here, and it was windy. I mean, I don't know why they chose not to have that be one of the spots. There's a thunderbox right there. Let's see if I get hung up on this rock. Normally you can't even go over this. These rocks usually stick out of the water. Pretty shallow, only 2 feet. That's 2 feet more than I usually have. Oh, there's a waterfall back here. Are these the caves? Oh, that would explain why I've never been able to find them.
I found the caves. I can't believe it. It's 24 degrees outside right now, and I can see my breath. I never would have found these any other time of the year. That water is just an inch, and it's full of reeds. You can't even see back here, let alone get back here. And this is just so exciting. There's so many different kinds of rocks here. I don't think I've ever seen rocks like this around here. Like this. What is this? Some kind of shale? And this is the kind of rock I'm used to seeing around here. There is an interesting geology here. This is right where the Precambrian Shield meets up with the Lake Ontario sedimentary rock. So I guess that's how these caves formed. And on top of all that, there's shallow glacial till from the last ice age. I'm gonna go around the top and see if I can see the other side, because there is an opening over there. It's quite exciting.
We wouldn't want to slip there. It's about 30 feet down. I just got back from the caves. That was amazing. I'm so happy I found them this trip. And I wasn't even looking for them when I found them either. It's getting pretty hot out in the water here. So I'm going to do a little bit more fishing. I'm going to head back to camp and get some lunch.
This is minestrone soup from Bulk Barn. Added in some croutons and some cheese that I was going to use for a poutine, but I just don't have the energy to make that. But this minestrone is delicious. It's really easy, and it's really light, and it's really filling. All right, here we go. Whew, that is cold. Whew, whew, whew. That was exhilarating. You can feel your heart start to pump faster and your breathing start to really quicken. It was way colder in the shadow than it was in the sun. I jumped in the sunny part of the water, so when I slid into the cold, to the shadows, it was a little unexpected. I threw my thermometer in there afterwards, and it's 10.79 in the shade and 14.71 in the sun. That's a little crazy. This is why I'm doing these things, because I realized I can't bring enough fuel, and I don't have enough time to boil enough water for drinking, so I need to get a proper filtration system. Well guys, it's almost 7 o'clock, and I just checked the weather app. It is currently 30 degrees Celsius at 7 o'clock in the middle of April. It's like we're living in frickin' Florida here. My face seems pretty red there. Guess we got a lot of sun. Pretty tired. Pretty out of shape from the winter, and also from having COVID, and which is the most sick I've ever been, which then triggered shingles. Overdone it a little bit. Need to get in shape before my big trip. Time to make some chili. Rest up for the trip home. Alright, got my chili, my beef, my water. I might actually have too much chili.
So this lake is full of beavers, and they really do a number on the trees around here. There's never a shortage of firewood, that's for sure. Wolves actually need the beavers to create the habitat for all their prey. And that includes the beavers. So if there's a place where you think there might be wolves, and there's beavers, then there's probably wolves. And I know from experience that this lake has wolves.